In order to make it easier for myself, I decided to divide each individual subcategory into different sections. With the title visuals, I don't mean give everything an oversized 16K AI upscale texture pack, slap some shaders on top of it and add an ENB and call it next gen graphics. I want something that looks different and that fits together, without necessarily overbearing my mod list with useless shit because of my obsessive hatred towards everything vanilla Fallout 4 related. In this video, I will include everything from the UI that I have totally not stolen from Brandy Boy, just like I totally have not stolen every single mod he presented in his big fancy channel, to the various NPCs overhauls that give a little flavor to the factions. And while we're at it, I'm going to include sounds, because you know, why not? To start everything with the textures, I chose a mix between Flacconoise All-in-One 2K with Vivid Landscape's best choice, to give the ground a wet, marshy look. Unoriginal, I know, but if something's top of the chart for a reason, then why choose some wacky alternative? Other miscellaneous texture mods I have is Dipilaris 2K Retexture All-in-One, and his Flamer retextures, 2K. Next, to make some changes to the environment. Whispering Hills is a total conversion mod that aims to turn Fallout 4 into Silent Hill in a simple compact package, and it's the shittiest mod I've ever thought of adding to my load order. Whispering Hills is just a bad mod that I do not recommend. Not only it's invasive as fuck with its new NPCs placed everywhere, including two siren heads, the behemoths of this mod, one right outside the starting point of the game and the other in what is essentially the player's safe house. But not just that, it also replaces every ghoul enemy in the game with this ugly model stolen from Sketchfab, making the ghoul overhauls that I chose almost useless. And let's not talk about the ear-shattering monologue that gets more and more annoying each time you open the game.
In this forsaken town of Whispering Hills, I find solace amidst the fumes that rise from the fuel. The world around me crumbles, but the intoxicating scent keeps me drifting, floating on a haze of ethereal delight. A wretched existence, perhaps, but it serves as my refuge from the encroaching darkness.
With all these flaws, why do I still have it in my load order? Look, I love the aesthetics from old games like Silent Hill and Altered Beast, and as much of a drag this mod is, I want these aesthetics in my game. So the options are two: either we cope and leave it as is, or we disable the entire mod and find an alternative. I suggest Vivid Weathers or True Storms, but be careful. Lightweight lighting is incompatible with most of weather overhauls out there. I am going to turn Whispering Hills off for this chapter so I can show the rest of the mods. Bad start, huh? Well, it's gonna get much worse, because now I wanted to include two mods that used to be crucial in my load order. Rinse Fallout 4, which adds different buildings, changes, and even enemies around the world space, and a forest tree trim, which adds trees and grass all over the Commonwealth. Except all of these either break precombines and or are very performance unfriendly. There is an easy solution to all this, using Cannibal Toast PRP patches. Problem is that some patches are outdated, or they just straight up don't work with each other. So again, we end up empty-handed and find no other way to deal with this. In the end, the only environment overhauls I managed to make work are Better Good Neighbor, Better the Third Rail, and Diamond City Enhanced. No harm done in making the city where we're gonna spend most of our time a little bit more varied. Good, with this out the picture, we can now focus on overhauling the NPCs. Except, before we continue, there are some requirements. Now, everybody under 18 years old, you might want to call your big brother and ask him to follow the tutorial instead of you, because while not all of them require it, some of the mods that are going to be listed here use the infamous mod, CBBE. I'm sure you can find a vanilla alternative for all the mods I'm going to mention, but why not replace the ugly vanilla body anyways? There is an option to choose the suitable for work vanilla-friendly undergarments anyway, so the mod is only as lewd as you want it to be. But Red, what about the jiggles? Ah, the jiggles. Ah, yes. Look, come closer. Closer. FreeBBB. Completely optional step of the mod list, but it's easy to install, though you need to get OCBP from that website abandoned by God. It's not really that bad of a website, it's really just filled to the brim with adult mods. Oh god, that woman's got no limbs! Remember that to make the jigglies work, the appropriate patches to each individual piece of clothing is required. There is this mod called High Poly Vanilla Clothes, which patches the entire wardrobe of the game, though I believe that it could slow down your game from the higher polygon count. And also, if all the women around you have physics, that's gonna be resource resource intensive. Luckily, there is this line in the ini files that makes the jiggles available to the player character only, and it's a lifesaver, really. Man, who else tells you to get free BBB at the second tutorial? MXR? Ha! Do me a favor. After all this, we can actually move to the NPCs overhauls. Starting everything, we are going to beautify the Commonwealth with Kekebus all in one pack. Then we can move to miscellaneous NPCs with beautiful female settlers. In the foe mod, select NoBS, VMSR, and GR. This will enhance the way female and male settlers look without replacing ghouls, because everybody needs a race to discriminate. Next, we are going to install Proto-Argonian race generic NPCs and its requirements, because I feel like lizardmen created by centuries of FEV exposure that make up as a third race other than humans and ghouls fit the environment nicely. Disable the Proto-Argonian player plugin if you don't want to play as a lizardman. Now to make NPCs clothes more varied. More clothes and textures, clothing of the Commonwealth, level list tweaks, and the no AWCKR patch. This bundle of mods basically has unlimited outfit combinations between textures and clothings. This applies to raiders too, so we don't have to install anything to change them because I have no fucking idea on how to make them better. Skipping over to random militias around the Commonwealth, Mercenary Outfit Pack, and the Extreme Overhaul. Passing on to the Gunners, I recommend you get the Gunner Outfit Pack, the Crafting Patch, and the Forest Games level list integration update. I instead use Winterized Gunners and the Replacer for a matter of personal taste. If you want to use that too, I don't judge. Now we can work on overhauling the main factions of the game. We Are the Minutemen is an excellent choice to make the Minutemen more varied and interesting. Then I have installed Look at Me Institute Edition, Railroad Edition, Brotherhood of Steel Edition Redux. For the Atom Boys, Church of Atom Overhaul. And now focusing on the non-human factions of the game, the vanilla Fallout ghouls look bad. They look like Prince Philip on his deathbed. To make them look more intimidating, I chose Fallout 3 New Vegas Feral Ghoul Replacer. And for an even better pants browning, I replaced the ghoul sounds with the flood from Halo. Here's a little optional mod that I like to have in my load order. Javelin Coursers Replacer turns all of the coursers into robot Anubites. And it also gives them abilities from Courser Crusher, turning them from villains from a late 90s British kids television show to literal gods of death. So if you want your coursers to pack more than a little punch, this is the mod for you. No matter how many different animation mods I install, all my weapons feel limp. Luckily for us, we have this mod called Simple Impact, which adds recoil shake, hit marker sounds, both for body and headshots, and it even disables automatic recoil recovery. It's fully modular in the ini files and it conflicts with almost nothing. What about getting hit by a bullet? In Fallout 4, it's like being shot at with Nerf darts. The mod Improve Hit VFX improves damage feedback, something that Bethesda forgot to put in their games to this day. Popping Heads and Chris Overhaul are both mods that do something that I cannot show to you because the people working on YouTube are a bunch of. To make the game more immersive and to balance the player downing 40 bottles of pure ethanol in one go, I chose Immersive Animation Framework, Modern Warfare Stimpack Animation Replacer, and Animated Radaway, which looks a little bit ugly but make do. Other miscellaneous VFX and audio mods are COD Modern Warfare SFX Pack, a better lock-on sound, immersive chem benches, stay focused on, Rilfa Saltron, and some improvements to power armor effects. Starting with something that should be in every load order, Fall UI's complete series is an overhaul of the vanilla UI. Around the Nexus, you can find different HUD presets that completely change the vibe of the game by simply changing the user interface. My personal choice is Fallout 3's HUD, smaller option with vanilla crosshair and minimap. Pip-Boy 2000 replaces the ugly, obtrusive, wrist-mounted CRT monitor with a vanilla-friendly radioactive iPad to further decay your frontal lobe. YouTube. Adding satellite color world map to the mix will give your map nicer looking colors, but I recommend you keep it monochrome. It's more fitting to the ambience I'm going with. Next, you should take wheel menu and wheel menu fall UI-fied. Believe me, you don't want the Tunks remastered version because apparently, to make it work, you need VISG enabled. It's cool, but in the end, it's not worth it. Do you want to have a pip girl instead of a baby-kicking piece of shit? Well, Vault Girl interface, Neo's FOMOD version, turns most instances of the pip boy into a female version. Hey, Rattaz from the future here, I forgot to mention this. To make it compatible with Fall UI, you need to get in the mods files and change this file into inventory page pipgirl as it says on the screen. Then you have to enable the compatibility patch in Fall UI's MCM. And if you want a cool addition, Idiot Savant to Idiot Slut, Pip-Boy Flashlight. There are a ton of options in the FOMOD and you can even make it cast dynamic shadows. Good, and that's all that there is to it to the visuals of the game. Believe me when I say that this choice of visual mods is far simpler compared to what a lot of pro modders out there usually go with. Already, the Midnight Ride has good mods to improve the visuals without being too obtrusive. All of the mods in this section are just to add more flavor with a new UI, enhanced game details, and more competent looking factions. In the next guide, I will discuss how to overhaul the gameplay to something fair and balanced. Clearly that hasn't been done already. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, follow me on Discord. I'll see you everybody in the next video.